All right, let's move on to round number 2, which was causing a little bit of a stir over the weekend on social media because what's going on in West Virginia, Catherine?
Almost heaven, West Virginia. This is a remix. Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah. I came in at a weird note and then I couldn't backtrack. That's what happened
I hate
there.
when that happens. You need the.
I hate when
Hold on, let me try it for you.
Almost. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Boo, boo.
Nope, still wrong key.
Okay, well,
all right.
anyways.
I don't know.
The news.
That John Denver was full of shit.
A video that's only been up for a couple days now has racked up 6.3 million views. The video's not that crazy. It's an MRAP coming out of a garage. Big deal. It's like 3 seconds long. Who cares about this MRAP coming out? 6.3 million people watch it because it's for the Moundsville Police Department. So during a national debate about law enforcement, a police department in a tiny West Virginia city has unveiled a gift from the federal government, a massive mine-resistant vehicle, aka MRAP. The Moundsville PD debuted the 2019 Cougar MRAP to local media, with the police chief saying it could be used for hostage situations.
2019 is low miles, too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Hostage situations in a city of around 8,000 people in the state's northern panhandle. We could use it for various things, said Police Chief Tom Mitchell.
This chief sounds so much like a little kid who gets a gift that they don't know what they're going to use it for, or like a husband. Like he comes home, like I did this whenever, you know those meat trucks that you'll have sometimes that have like discounted meats on the back?
No, that's only something you would know, but go ahead.
No, so and you come in and you're like, what are we going to use fucking 96 steaks for? And I'm like, well... various
you don't
things.
Know, man.
Various things.
Various parties. I don't know.
This is definitely that kind of vibe. Police Chief Tom Mitchell said, we'll use it for various things. A tactical resource vehicle, he said. That's not the jargon. We're talking about jargon. That's hot. The vehicle was given to the police department at no cost to the city through a federal program. It was first purchased for the U.S. Marines. The vehicle's V-shaped hull, high ground clearance, and high hardened armor make them uniquely qualified for high IED threat operations.
Which you need in Moundsville, West Virginia.
Yeah,
So literally the main purpose of this vehicle is to keep people alive in case it gets blown up by a bomb underneath it, really, if you're thinking about
and a very specific type of bomb that was developed by Iran.
Exactly. So not a lot of those amounts, but that's okay. Mitchell told the paper the anti-mine vehicle had to be demilitarized. Nailed it, Kate. Demilitarized before the local police department could use it, which, by the way, that's going to cost a fuck ton of money. So yes, it was free, but that's going to cost him. So it was unclear what that meant.
What does that even mean? How do you demilitarize a fucking MRAP?
He also
that's the entire point.
You painted a different color.
He also noted that it could stop a 50 caliber bullet because we know in Moundsville, West Virginia, a lot of 50 caliber.
Well, that actually might be true.
Yeah, that actually might be true. In the mountains there, who knows what they have?
Oh, you're right. But so one thing that I think people don't consider that the government's giving these things out for free, the cost of maintenance on these things. I was reading a story because this program, I did a little background. Congress created the LESO, the LESO program in the early 1990s to transfer excess DOD equipment for use in drug enforcement activities. That's how this initially began. And Congress expanded the program in 97 to allow departments to acquire equipment for general law enforcement purposes. Critics have blamed the program, along with drug asset forfeiture laws that allow small police departments to afford and maintain SWAT teams and specialized gear, for what they call the ongoing militarization of America's law enforcement. Dressing and equipping police officers like soldiers makes them act like soldiers. And honestly, how many police departments, small town, have you seen where they're all geared up like fucking hardos in front of a big ass MRAP? And I'm like, you look like an idiot. None of this stuff is needed.
Do you know the cost too? Like even for the government, even though they're saying it's excess, the baseline. I'm talking the MRAP with like the non-power windows, the one that you got to roll up yourself. That bad boy without AC, $500,000. That's
lower.
Excess.
The Cougars cost around $700,000 each, right? And so think about this. That's your tax money at work. And then guess what? For whatever reason, they really not needed anymore. This one's only like a year old. And I guess we'll just give them to the police departments now since, whoops, we ordered too many or we fucked up or we don't need them anymore.
Kate, I think that you're neglecting one major aspect about a police department. Imagine little Katie Mannion sitting there, second grade, 7 years old, mullet and everything, eating nothing but a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a couple chips. You're sitting there at your DARE presentation. All of a sudden, an MRAP comes rolling out, and instead of over the loudspeakers where they're telling the entire city to stay inside, they're just playing the Bad Boys theme. You want to be a cop right then and there. You think that that's like the best job in the world.
You know, my DARE program, each of the cops had their own baseball card they would hand out to us. And the most popular one was Officer Nudie on the duty. There was an Officer Nudie who everybody wanted his card. Anyways, to all those criticizing, how else would you keep Moundsville, West Virginia safe? Population 8,400, crime rate negative 45.25, below the national average. Nothing happens there.
Well, because they got an MRAP. They will fuck you up if you start fucking around.
I think it's a case of they didn't have to pay for it. They're just like, yeah, sure, we'll take it. That looks pretty cool. Because, I mean, if you look at this video, my only guess as to why it has 6.3 million views, you see a video of an MRAP, you're just expecting The Rock to jump out of it next. So they were just waiting for The Rock to jump out, and he didn't. I don't understand why they're still making them in 2019 if we have an excess of them, though. I don't care about the price so much because
contracts.
I think, the contracts of it.
Spending is ridiculous, even if you don't need something.
The price of it doesn't really bother me because, I mean, when you consider like why they were originally created, developed, and purchased for the military, I think there was a purpose for them. What's crazy is that then the enemy just got smarter and started adjusting their bombs. So instead of just shooting right at them, they would shoot up and at the doors of these things. But I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe that doesn't make too much sense for this town to have them, but I would say in very unique cases that they could be used potentially.
There's towns all over the country, little towns that are getting these. And I do think it does give a very us versus them, police versus the community. It is not a good look. It is not, that thing is not to protect and serve. That thing's not going to help de-escalate a hostage situation. It's going to escalate the motherfucking fuck out of it. And I just think it is the stupidest fucking thing. I think a huge reassessment needs to be done. And also, this is one of those things I look at when they're handing tiny small town police departments like $1 million vehicles, just whoops. When people are crying like, oh, trans people in the military, no way, it's going to cost so much money for the, I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. We're handing out MRAPs. Shut the fuck up. Like, we
have plenty of money.
We have enough, clearly. But like, I just think this is such.
That being said, if I was a small town sheriff and you asked me if I wanted,
that's my point.
I'm
taking an MRAP 10 times out of 10.
Honestly, they come and knock on my door, and my Vivid alarm starts going off, and I get a beep that somebody's at the front door, and they're like, "Hey, dude, we got an MRAP." I'm like, "Oh, fuck."
I'll take it. You know, all these towns too. All these towns, the little ones, when prom's coming up.
Oh yeah.
You know, the high school kids are quick to be like, "Can I be the one to take the MRAP? Can I be the one to use that as my limo?" You know, that's a hot ticket item for local proms. Because I would give a handy too if my date hooked it up.
Let's move on to round number 3.